Hi, my name is Crystal Nourse. I'm a police officer here with the Chittenango Police Department. I'm here to read Chapter 6. When the others had been excused to go out for the mid-morning play, John had to go and stand by Miss Pimsell's desk. "John," Miss Pimsell said, "you mustn't make up silly excuses for your failures. I must have the truth. What did you do with your pencil?" "This is it," John said, showing Miss Pimsell the point stick of a chocolate. "Really it is. It changed." "What do you mean it changed?" Miss Pimsell questioned. "This is my pencil," John tried to explain, "only it isn't the same anymore. Nothing stays the same today. If I put it into my mouth, the same thing happens when I chew my gloves. They were chocolate too." "John," said Miss Pimsell slowly, do you feel all right?" "Yes, thank you," John said. "I feel all right, except," he added, "I'm getting so thirsty. The water from the fountain turned into chocolate, and so did the water upstairs. I would like a drink of cold water." "Yes, John," Miss Pimsell said. She suddenly looked pale. "You run out and play with others. I'm going to have a talk with the nurse." And John, Miss Pimsell said, as he started towards the classroom door, "Here's another pencil. But a good boy and try not to lose it. I'm afraid I'll have to keep a piece of chocolate until school's out. You know this, we don't allow anyone to eat candy in class." Miss Pimsell put the slightly chewed chocolate pencil in her dress drawer, and John went out to look for Susan. He found her skipping rope with two girls. He preferred hide-and-seek tag, FBI and spies, kick and can, or any other good, exciting game. Jump up and down and in one place to avoid being hit by the rope seems pretty silly, but he was sorry for having spoiled Susan's silver dollar, and willing to make a sacrifice. "Susan," he said. Susan continued to bounce on one foot as her two friends swung the rope, over and under, over and under, over and under. She didn't seem to notice John. "I'll skip with you," he offered. Susan stopped the rope when it caught her shins. "Let's try doubles, backwards," she said, but not to John. John she just ignored. "You go first, Betty. Ellen, you go second. I'll go last. The one who does it the most times get the first slice of my birthday cake." Susan looked at John, raised her eyebrows, shut her eyes, and stuck out. Then she turned and went back to the girls and smiled. Ellen whispered in Betty's ear, and Betty whispered in Susan's ear. Then all three of them looked at John, and each other again bursted out laughing. "Oh, Susan," John protested, "I didn't mean to do it. The trouble is that there is something magic about me today. Everything I put in my mouth turns to chocolate." The girls giggled. "You wouldn't like it," said John, who began to feel sorrier for himself than he had ever felt before. "I think it's getting worse," he added. "At first, just the part in the mouth turned to chocolate, but when I nibbled the end of my pencil, the whole pencil changed." "Pooh," Susan said. The others hooted with glee. "Maybe I'll be sick and die." John warned, "Maybe I'll turn to chocolate myself, and then you'll be sorry." "I don't believe the word about chocolate," Susan said. "And if it was true, you'd be glad, because all you ever like to eat is chocolate." "If you don't believe me," John said, "just you give me that skipping rope and I'll prove it." The girls looked questioningly at each other for an instant, but as they hesitated, the bell rang and it was time to go back into the classroom. The rest of the morning passed slowly for John. He was afraid that his mother was going to be cross out and mad about the missing gloves. She might not accept the excuse that he had eaten them. He regretted he messed up. He was sad about Susan's anger and disbelief, and he was getting terribly thirsty. Once during geography and during art, he was excused to get a drink of water. Both times, however, he swallowed nothing but sweet chocolate. His mouth was getting sicker and sweeter and drier by the minute.